What is up, YouTube? Me and Mrs. Shinyside are out for a ride. And I guess we're celebrating 300 subscribers, so thank you guys for sticking around. It's been a little over a year since I uploaded my first video, which was me cussing in the Kettle Moraine Trail. I'll probably throw a little pop-up to that. Seriously, about 20 minutes of me cussing while getting off course repeatedly. We may be doing a reenactment of that yet this season, though. Hopefully with less getting off course, but probably with just as much cussing. Mrs. Shinyside will be along for that if we go. Because the 360 is screaming, right?
Yeah, doing really well.
Uncorked the muffler, added a ton of fuel. We're running 175 main jets, and it still looks a little mean. It is a little mean. It's definitely also a little lean, though. It's a little bit out of the realm of what others are running in that with the Mikuni VM30s, but heck, if it wants fuel, we'll give it. Woo! So there it is. It was pretty close to stock CB360. We've replaced the coils, the ignition, carburetors, the pipes, the headlight brackets, gauges, added the trunk, added the side bags, replaced the rear suspension. Still need to work on the front. Got new tires, a rebuilt, kind of remanufactured caliper for the front, one piece stainless front brake line. Just kind of a mess. We converted it to a 520 chain from the 530. And we're now running 1734 instead of a 1634, so slightly bigger up front. And really, this is the first time it's running well. We're kind of proud of it at this point. It definitely still needs work. There's still some quirks with it, a couple little oil leaks, but it goes like stink. So this is it. This is Mrs. Shinyside's ride. We call her Baby Wing when it's in full touring gear. And it's finally a capable tourer. It really scoots. We had it out on the highway. If you check out the last video, it did really well. Alright, let's go run them. Oh look, trash. Socks? Lots of socks?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Someone's laundry, maybe?
No.
A lot of
looks
socks.
Kind of deliberate. And why is it only socks? This smells of teenagers. Hang a left here.
Smells like teen spirit.
He is right away.
Yep. What?
He's gonna get you down the hill, love.
I know.
Let him have it. Tuck in and race.
Yeah.
Getting beaten by a bicycle.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Shifting after 8,000 instead of 12 this time.
Yeah, 8 is fine. We had a comment from another Wisconsin rider who said that he was impressed that lived without blowing up at 12. Which is true. It is impressive. There, I cleared off what I could by running through it. We're out here on a cold but sunny day, checking out how Mrs. Shinyside's little Baby Wing is running. It's going pretty well, but it is a bit cool for August. It's all of maybe 70 degrees now. But at least the sun's out. Nobody's freezing. Love this long straight stretch. There's absolutely nothing that happens for like 3 miles.
It really is a beautiful day. I just wish it was just a bit warmer. A little bit.
Yeah, I could go for a tiny bit more. I'm alright though. I have a fairing though. That's what your Baby Wing needs. To be a real tourer. because it was too cool to ride this morning, we watched Dust to Glory while the weather was warming up, while the sun was deciding to come out. Highly recommended. We gave it 5 stars. Really, really entertaining. About the Baja 1,000 mile off-road race. All sorts of comers. $1 million cars and $10,000 junkers.
Dune buggies, motorcycles, trucks, you name it.
One dude did the whole run solo on a dirt bike. Started babbling. Just get back to the pits and tell the same story 6 times. You could tell he was kind of out of it. Really entertaining though. Definitely check it out. It's on Netflix if you got it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Maybe here on YouTube.
The thing that I liked about it most is I like action movies, but when it comes to documentaries, sometimes I find them pretty boring because in an action movie, something will happen, they'll cut forward or back, and then they'll talk about something else and go back to it, whereas in a documentary, it's usually pretty cut and dry, and you can kind of see where the story's going. This, they did an excellent job. They had interviews of people, they had cuts from the race, and then they talked about previous years of the race. I think it was beautifully shot, and I give them many kudos.
Yeah, it's got to be difficult to shoot decent video. I mean, obviously they had some helicopter shots and things, but they had good footage from the actual race, and it's got to be tough to get those shots to look good at all.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
I mean, imagine what we're on right now, but with cactus and animals going across, and it was open to actual through traffic. This racetrack is an actual off course, but there were still people using the roads that they were riding on.
Yeah.
The dirt roads off of a cliff, and oh man.
Well, I think the roads were a little rougher, but you nailed it. It's a madhouse. It would be cool to do something like that, but I wouldn't look to win. I'd just look to compete at all. Even a compete did not finish would be fine with me, but really, really neat stuff. We're still hoping someday to ride the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail. And it's a bit like that. It's nowhere near as washed out. There's not, cows in the middle of it, hopefully, but you gotta kind of prep for something like that. And the Baja is just a world apart. Still, hopefully that started to light that fire a little bit, because it's going to take a few years of prep and acquiring capable off-road motorcycles and getting that practice in before we can consider attempting that. Coming out here on one of my favorite, not very twisty, but flowing twisty roads. Try to get Mrs. Shinyside used to kind of tour riding. And these are the roads we would seek out rather than highway. Highway is great for getting point A to point B, but you really don't see anything at all. So B roads and things like this, especially when they're freshly paved, I think are just the best you can go out and practice on. This is what it's about, even if you're not going anywhere. Okay, the next two are quite tight. From here, you got to decide how much further you want to go.
Okay.
Is it a lot? Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to keep going on forever?
Yep.
All right, let's see where straight takes us.
Okay. I had to shift down because my bike doesn't like going 35 miles per hour. 6th gear.
Right, yeah, it's the fact that it's going to lug below about 3,500 RPM. So cruising along, keep it hopefully above that.
Yeah, I'm going 4,000.
Yep, that's perfect. That's about the lowest you can comfortably cruise on that.
I think I'm in 4th gear.
Oh, I wouldn't sweat it. As long as you've got the RPMs in the right range, that's more important than exactly what gear you're in. Some of these farm roads can be great, but quite often the road surface sucks. It's nice to see it's not the case here yet. Tire tracks, though.
Just need to learn how to not throw gravel all over the place.
No, you'll never teach that. You've got to cover yourself and stay in the tire tracks. Just very smooth and steady over this, especially as you get onto it. Okay, the main surface is fairly well packed. They chew up the old road surface, lay down some tar, and then lay the old road back down over it. And it can be very slippery when it's first laid down.
What?
I have no idea.
Working on his tan?
I guess. Every day for the last 60 years, apparently. My new hobby is breaking up the grass that lawnmowers push into the street.
It's amazing how much warmer you feel when there's a car in front of you kind of blocking some of the
That's
stuff.
why I'm talking about a ferry. I'm not kidding. Even a little bit goes a long way. I don't mind naked, but I'm quite a bit tougher in the cooler weather of rain than you are.
That's true. I'm kind of a wimp.
No.
What's that?
$7,000?
Ooh.
Yeah. That would be fine if that's what you wanted, was a cruiser and that was the end-all be-all. But
Ah.
I'd really like to find something you can use on the street that we could take on mild adventure riding, eventually. Because then you can learn on the bike you'll take, we can ride the bike out there. Won't be a huge change. Damn. That's faster than I'm used to. Alright guys, well it was a short ride for us today. Thanks for coming along for the ride though. You know, it looks beautiful, but it's honestly a bit chilly. It's not all that enjoyable to be out in when we're used to this 85, 90 degree weather. Wanted to make sure that the tune going into the carbs and the little baby wing there weren't going to be too messed up by a big temperature change, and it looks like it's running well, other than the idle is a little high, which may be a mixture issue, but we'll check it out. It's an old CB, so I've got to tinker with it constantly, but that's half the fun. But until next time, keep it shiny side up. We'll catch you later.
Bye! Ah!
I saw that.
There's blood and guts everywhere!
Did it get you? Right in the visor?
Right in the visor. Boston Red Sox.
Socks, man.
Wicked awesome.
Wicked smart. That lady mowing her lawn.
No.
There's some grandkids or something.
Right?